All right, people, settle in, grab your coffee. I know I've got mine. For those of you who are new around here, I'm Dr. Damian Wolf, and welcome to what is, without a doubt, the most important briefing you are ever going to get at this facility. Today, we are slamming the book shut on an old and frankly ugly chapter of containment. I'm here to teach you how to survive the new one, so I need you to pay attention because your life is literally on the line.
Yeah, you see that? I mean every single word of it. For far too long, our main way of dealing with SCP-106 was reactive. It was brutal and it was monstrous. What you're going to learn today isn't just a new set of rules, it's a whole new philosophy. We're moving away from desperate lures and into proactive prevention. We're moving from fear to control. And it all starts with understanding exactly what it is we're trying to keep in the box.
And to get the new rules, you first have to get, let's say, intimately familiar with the monster we're caging. We call him the Old Man. Honestly, it's a nickname that I feel doesn't even begin to capture the sheer, reality-bending horror of this thing. So let's fix that, shall we?
Okay, first thing you need to burn into your brain. You do not touch him. You do not touch the black, mucus-like gunk he leaves behind. Everything SCP-106 makes contact with just starts to break down. We're talking rust, rot, decay, all happening at a speed that just shouldn't be possible. On people, on living tissue, we think it's a kind of pre-digestion. So yeah, it's not just a defense. It's how he starts eating you before he's even dragged you away.
Now this is our biggest headache. The Old Man can just walk through solid matter. Walls, floors, even lead-lined steel. It's all just murky water to him. He can pop into a wall on one side of a building and drip out of a ceiling 3 rooms over. This ability to just ignore physical barriers is exactly why he's got that Keter classification.
And let's be crystal clear, he is a predator. But he doesn't hunt because he's hungry, he hunts because he seems to enjoy it. He'll grab multiple people during a breach, not to eat them right away, but to play with them. He also has a very clear, very disturbing preference for people in the 10 to 25-year-old age range. So for a lot of you sitting here right now, you are exactly his type.
So let's put it all together, right? He looks like a rotting old man who can climb walls like a spider. He won't kill you on the spot. He'll cripple you, sever a tendon, break a leg, and then drag you off. And one of his most dangerous moves, he's patient. He can go dormant for months at a time, lulling everyone into a false sense of security, right before he comes out in a highly agitated, highly aggressive state.
So, where does he take you? We call it his pocket dimension. Think of it as his personal lair, a little slice of hell he made just for himself, where the normal laws of physics just, don't apply. He controls everything in there. He can make a single minute feel like a year of agony. Anyone taken is considered lost. There is no rescue, there is no escape, there is only what he decides to do with you.
Now that you get the threat, let's talk about how we used to handle it. And I need you to listen to this with a clinical ear, okay? Because understanding why we failed in the past is absolutely critical to making sure the future works. This protocol was born from pure desperation. This was Recall Protocol 000-02-1. When a breach happened, we would take a D class, someone in 106's preferred age range, and we would break one of their long bones, usually a femur. Then we'd put them inside the containment cell and blast their screams over the entire site-wide PA system. The hope was that the sound of a terrified, injured young person would lure the old man back. This is the femur breaker I was talking about. It was barbaric, and it had to stop. Now, we did make some progress. We noticed that 106 seemed to get confused by really complex structures, and it really didn't like sudden bright light. Building those ideas into the cell design dropped escape incidents by 43%. Which, yeah, that's a big improvement, but it was just treating the symptom, not the actual disease. A breach was still a very real possibility, and our only answer was still that horrific lure protocol. We needed a breakthrough.
And then we got one. My colleague, the brilliant, if a little clumsy, Dr. Rebecca Harleen and I were running a cross-test. We wanted to see what would happen if we put 106's reality phasing up against something that wasn't from our reality at all. We brought in a person of interest, a guy who calls himself an Eldritch Knight, to see if his unique talents could contain the uncontainable. The results were, well, they were staggering. We started a tiny controlled microbreach, and as 106 appeared, our POI, Brian, he didn't attack. He cast a spell. An emerald cube of pure magical energy, a force gauge, just materialized around the entity.
And when 106 tried to phase through it, it couldn't. It actually recoiled. For the very first time, we saw something stop its phasing ability cold. Then when it tried to duck back into its pocket dimension, Brian's energy actively blocked it. The portal just fizzled out.
Dr. Harleen, she put it perfectly. The arcane energy, this mana, was making local reality too rigid for 106 to pass through. It was like it was forcing space-time to hold its shape, blocking the old man's main way of moving and escaping. He was trapped, contained by something that follows the rules of magic, not physics. And this showed us the way forward.
That one test gave birth to a whole new initiative, one that I'm incredibly proud to be leading. We are officially moving beyond simple lead and steel and into the world of applied thaumaturgy. So welcome everyone to the future of Keter-class containment. So here's the bottom line. We are shifting from a reactive model to a proactive one. We're going from the high-risk, unethical, last resort lure protocol to a low-risk, replicable, active prevention system. We are no longer waiting for the monster to get out and then trying to bribe it to come back. We are reinforcing the cage so it can never get out in the first place.
And this new cage is Project Astral Anchor. The goal is to copy the effects we saw in that cross test and bake them right into our containment hardware. We're developing electromagnetic supports that project a permanent stasis field, a low-level arcane effect that reinforces reality around the cell, making it impossible for 106 to phase out. But great tech is useless without great people, which brings me to you.
Okay, let's cover your responsibilities. And I need to be absolutely crystal clear about this. All the arcane tech in the world is not going to save you if you are careless. These next rules are not suggestions, they are absolute. And violating them will result in your termination, and I mean that in the most literal sense possible.
60 meters. Memorize this number. This is the absolute minimum safe distance you must maintain from SCP-106's primary containment cell at all times. There are no exceptions unless a breach is declared and you are specifically ordered otherwise by Level 4 personnel. We have this rule because even with our new systems, this thing is a master of finding the smallest crack in our armor. Distance is your first and your best line of defense. These are the bedrock directives. No physical interaction. Ever. Getting an exception requires a 2/3 vote from O5 Command, which, trust me, is about as likely as me giving up coffee. And listen very closely to this last one. If you are taken by SCP-106, you are considered killed in action. We will not be coming for you. No recovery attempts will be made under any circumstances. The risk of losing more staff is simply too great. It's a grim reality, but it's one you have to accept.
And finally, your immediate action drill. The telltale sign of a breach is that black, corrosive mucus appearing on a surface where it shouldn't be. If you see it, what do? 1. Do not touch it. 2. Evacuate the area, calmly but quickly. And 3. Report it to site security the second you are clear. Your swift and correct response can be the difference between a minor incident and a full-blown, site-wide catastrophe.
So, we've done our part. The researchers, the engineers, even our arcane consultants. We have built a better, safer, more ethical cage. The old horrors of the Lure Protocol are behind us. Now the responsibility shifts to you. The question is no longer about our technology. It's about your discipline, your vigilance, and your professionalism. So, are you up to the task? I certainly hope so. Dismissed.